The nature of etch kits means you really need to add a lot of surface detail. Half etching will allow things like the beading on this cab, but the strapping or beading, whatever you wish to call it, round the rear edge of the cab is provided as a strip with a half etch slot in it, and that has to be formed. Fortunately, it's overlong, so you've got a bit to play with, and really it's a question of bending it. Now, it's very easy to crease. It's very, very thin material, so what I use is a cocktail stick which won't bruise it, and force it into position. If you break the cocktail stick, well, you've gone a bit too far, and you'll find then that that will just fit in snugly. I've already tacked it at that point, and now I'm going to tack it further up. It seems to be fitting nice and snugly. Just make sure that it's in place. You can use a fingernail or thumbnail. That's easier to withstand any heat. And just tack it in position. Now, as always, it's tacked there and it's tacked there. So my next solder joint is somewhere in the middle, so as not to interfere with what I've already soldered. Not too much solder. And as always, from the back, it's coming through very well. If you don't use too much solder, all you get is a nice thin sliver coming through. Just check that. That seems to be fine. And then the last little bit round here. Nothing's come undone so far. Just kind of a tiny bit of flux on the outside just to encourage that solder just to come through. I'm not adding any more solder, just making sure. And there we are. It's nice when that works. Clean up. And I hope you can see there's a nice seam of solder come through. We can then cut off the excess. Next job is to fit this rear handrail pillar. Offer it up to the work. It's about right. Would be if I could get it through the hole. It fits. When it's in position, secure it with the aid of the end of the strapping. Just a touch. Check that it's vertical, and then that can be secured top and bottom in the same manner as this. That makes a nice firm cab roof. I mentioned on the A2 the need to get the cab roof on as quickly as possible. This isn't quite the same because the cab roof and the cab sides are all in one. But if we left that till quite a bit later, a lot of risk of damage to that rather flimsy cab roof. We can solder that at the bottom and then at the top, and then put in the handrail the other side like this.